And Meg Oliver joins us now. She's in Lower Manhattan there. Meg, I see behind you, I think what I believe is the bike path. How easy is it to access that bike path?
Rena, this bike path stretches for 11 miles along the Hudson River. We've seen a lot of people out here enjoying it again today. But as you mentioned, take a look at this. There are a handful of areas like this, and it's very easy for a vehicle to simply drive up and get on this bike path. And that's something that we now know that Saipov studied along this route. As you mentioned, it was about a year ago when he started to plan this attack, and just 2 months ago is when he decided to use a truck as his deadly weapon.
Meg, what are you hearing about his background and criminal history?
So at this point, Rena, we know that he was likely inspired by ISIS, but authorities are not yet sure if he had direct contact with them. We know he came to the U.S. in 2010 on a green card from Uzbekistan. He worked as a commercial truck driver and also as an Uber driver. He even passed a background test for them. But we also know that along the way, he was in contact with others that were considered sympathizers of the radical movement, and the NYPD, they were aware of him, but he was never the subject of an investigation. Those other cases of the ties with those other people that were considered sympathizers, they have since been closed. But again, he was never the subject of an attack, subject of an investigation. We do know that the 2 cell phones that were uncovered in the truck, they were loaded with thousands of images, of ISIS-related images and videos. So it begs the question why something wasn't raised as a red flag.
Meg, any sense of a motive? Do we know why he did this?
All we know at this point is that he was completely filled with hate, and he basically went about the playbook of how to play out an attack like this, doing everything that the ISIS sympathizers basically tell you to do. You get a weapon. He chose a truck. You try to create mayhem wherever you can. He chose a bike path on a day that he knew there would be lots of people. And just to tell you a little bit more about this bike path, now he ended the crash into a school bus just a short time down there. But his plan was to continue on all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge, where he knew it would be packed with even more people. Rena, he wanted to take out as many people as possible.
It's just so incredible to hear you say that, and the possibility if they hadn't been stopped. Meg Oliver, thank you so much for joining us and for your report.